If lately you've noticed your erections aren't quite as robust as they once were, if your energy seems to evaporate well before the day is done even though your tasks have only just begun, or if you find yourself subtly withdrawing from your partner not out of lack of desire, but because your body simply doesn't feel as responsive or capable as it once did, resist the urge to immediately chalk it all up to the inevitable march of time. You are fundamentally not broken, and this isn't necessarily an irreversible sign of aging. The root of these frustrating changes might be surprisingly straightforward: a deficiency in 3 absolutely essential vitamins. Yes, it genuinely can be that simple a solution hidden in plain sight. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Dr. Lucy, a board-certified urologist with over 20 years of dedicated practice focused specifically on men's health. Throughout my career, I've successfully guided thousands of men past the age of 60 to naturally reclaim their vitality, boost their testosterone levels without resorting to artificial hormones, and reignite their passion for life, all achieved safely without the need for dangerous prescription medications, costly surgical interventions, or risky quick fixes that often come with significant side effects. There's an important, often unspoken truth that many in the medical field hesitate to address directly. For the vast majority of men over 60, the intrinsic desire for intimacy and connection remains powerfully present. The core issue isn't a fading will or diminished affection. It's frequently the body's declining physical capacity to respond, challenges with blood flow, dwindling stamina, and the gradual, natural shift in hormonal balance that subtly erodes performance. The profoundly good news, however, is that the solution doesn't invariably reside inside a prescription bottle filled with potent pills. In fact, the key might already be sitting right there on your dinner plate, waiting to be recognized and utilized. Before we delve deeper into these vital nutrients, I'd love it if you could take a moment and write in the comments section below, letting me know where you're joining us from, your city or general region. I genuinely cherish reading messages from wise, strong men like yourselves who are proactively ready to seize back control of their health and well-being. Today, my mission is to clearly guide you through understanding these 3 critical vitamins that are so frequently overlooked in mainstream discussions, yet are absolutely indispensable for men navigating life beyond 60. Consistently incorporating these specific vitamins can be the catalyst to reigniting your inherent sexual vitality, substantially boosting your flagging energy levels throughout the day, and helping you steadily restore the deep-seated confidence you may have felt slipping away over recent months or even years. And please, make absolutely certain you watch this entire video through to the very end, because I will also reveal one incredibly common yet major mistake that countless men unknowingly make when they start taking vitamins, a critical error that can completely nullify the potential benefits you're striving for, rendering your efforts futile. Crucially, I'll show you precisely how to easily avoid this pitfall starting as soon as tonight. If you're discovering this channel for the very first time and this message resonates with you, I warmly encourage you to please subscribe and tap that bell notification icon. This ensures you won't miss any of our future videos, which are crafted specifically with the needs and concerns of men like you in mind. If you've been following our content for a while and fundamentally agree with the empowering message we share, please simply type the number 1 in the comments below. It truly helps us gauge what's working. Conversely, if there's something you feel we could improve upon for our next video, please type 0, and don't hesitate to share your constructive thoughts on what you'd like to see addressed. Now, let's get right into the heart of the matter. The first vitamin demanding your attention is one your body naturally produced in ample supply during your younger years, particularly if you spent considerable time outdoors basking in natural sunlight. However, once men cross the threshold of 60, levels of this crucial vitamin tend to plummet rapidly. And when its presence dwindles, it takes a significant toll. Your overall energy plummets, your circulation becomes less efficient, and your intimate performance inevitably suffers. That indispensable vitamin is vitamin D, often affectionately termed the sunshine vitamin. For men over 60, maintaining optimal vitamin D levels is akin to possessing the essential ignition key for your body's vital systems. It actively helps kickstart robust blood flow, supports crucial muscle strength, and directly underpins confidence in the bedroom. Let me illustrate this with Richard's story, one of my patients. Richard is a sharp-minded 69-year-old gentleman who shares a wonderfully close and emotionally rich relationship with his wife. Yet, despite this strong bond, physically, things had started noticeably slipping. He confided in me, saying, "Dr. Lucy, I still deeply desire that closeness with my wife. I truly do. But frustratingly, my body just doesn't want to cooperate anymore." That poignant sentence has stayed with me, encapsulating a common, deeply felt struggle. Richard wasn't seriously ill by any standard medical measure, nor was he fundamentally weak. Comprehensive testing revealed the core issue. He was significantly deficient in vitamin D. His levels were alarmingly low, a condition I encounter distressingly often in men his age, including those who believe they get adequate sun exposure. What remains largely unknown to most people is that vitamin D's role extends far beyond merely keeping bones strong and healthy. It plays a fundamentally critical, active role in male sexual performance and vitality. Vitamin D facilitates essential signaling that instructs blood vessels to relax and widen significantly, enabling blood to flow smoothly and powerfully to the areas of the body that need it most, especially during moments of intimacy. Without sufficient circulating vitamin D, overall blood circulation slows down considerably. Nitric oxide production, a key molecule for vasodilation, precipitously drops, and achieving or maintaining intimacy can become frustratingly difficult or even impossible. Research indicates that more than 40% of older adults are deficient in vitamin D, a statistic that holds true even for individuals who maintain good diets and regular exercise routines. And when vitamin D levels are low, the body's natural production of nitric oxide also markedly declines. This molecule is absolutely vital not only for enhancing desire but also for sustaining the steady, strong blood flow required for performance. However, the detrimental consequences of chronically low vitamin D levels certainly don't stop at the bedroom door. It can also systematically drain your overall stamina, cloud your mental clarity and sharpness, and make your mood far more susceptible to crashes and irritability. The genuinely good news is that addressing this deficiency can be beautifully simple. Just 15 to 20 minutes of direct morning sunlight exposure on bare skin can naturally and effectively help restore your vitamin D levels over time. For those living in regions with limited sunlight, especially during winter months, you can also consciously increase your intake of vitamin D-rich foods like wild-caught salmon, egg yolks from pasture-raised chickens, or fortified dairy products. High-quality supplements can be a highly effective solution too. Crucially, ensure you choose vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, which is significantly more potent and better utilized by the body than the less effective D2, ergocalciferol, form commonly found in cheaper products. I've personally witnessed remarkable transformations in men who once struggled with simple activities like climbing a flight of stairs. After restoring their vitamin D, they've become energetic grandfathers confidently leading their grandchildren on adventurous nature walks. Vitamin D isn't magic. It's solid, evidence-based science. Yet, the effects can indeed feel nothing short of magical when your body finally receives the essential nutrient it's been critically lacking for potentially years. You might now be thinking, alright, so vitamin D helps with blood flow, that's clear. But surely robust blood flow alone isn't sufficient for sustained energy and performance? And you'd be absolutely correct. Your body also requires a consistent, reliable source of cellular energy to keep that enhanced circulation pumping strongly and to fuel all your activities. This is precisely where vitamin B12 enters the picture as absolutely vital. And what I share next might truly open your eyes to a potential underlying reason for that persistent, unexplained fatigue you've been battling. Consider Charles's experience, a 72-year-old retired paramedic who came into my clinic. His face bore the clear imprint of deep exhaustion, his breathing seemed labored even at rest, and he confessed, "Dr. Lucy, I religiously sleep a full 8 hours every night. I eat 3 balanced meals daily, yet I still wake up feeling utterly drained. My head feels perpetually foggy all day long, and when my wife expresses a desire for closeness, I simply lack the physical strength or mental focus to respond." This constellation of symptoms is a classic hallmark of vitamin B12 deficiency, a problem that frequently flies under the radar yet is surprisingly common in men over 60. Vitamin B12 is fundamentally essential for cellular energy production. It acts as a critical cofactor in the metabolic pathways that convert the food you eat into usable cellular fuel called ATP. Without adequate B12, your body simply cannot efficiently transform nutrients into the energy your cells desperately need. Consequently, even if your diet includes lean meats, vegetables, and dairy, all good sources of B12, if your body isn't absorbing it properly, you'll inevitably feel weak and depleted. Furthermore, B12 plays a non-negotiable role in the formation of healthy red blood cells, the very vehicles responsible for transporting life-giving oxygen throughout your entire body. If you lack enough functional red blood cells due to B12 deficiency, you'll experience crushing fatigue, persistent weakness, debilitating mental fog, and a disengagement from sexual activity, not stemming from laziness or disinterest, but because your body's fundamental fuel tank is running critically empty. For Charles, after confirming his deficiency, I recommended a high-quality B12 supplement, specifically emphasizing the methylcobalamin form due to its superior bioavailability, rather than the cheaper, synthetic cyanocobalamin commonly found on store shelves. The results were striking. Within just 2 weeks, Charles reported waking up feeling genuinely refreshed for the first time in years. A month into consistent supplementation, he was regularly taking revitalizing long walks, experiencing significantly clearer thinking, and joyfully noted that the warmth and intimacy in his relationship with his wife had remarkably returned. He put it eloquently, "Doc, it's like someone finally turned my internal lights back on." That's the profound, tangible power of properly administered vitamin B12. It effectively flips the master energy switch back on for both your body and your mind. Now, let's turn our attention to the third, equally indispensable vitamin in this vital trio. Once you've established better blood flow through vitamin D and boosted your cellular energy production with B12, your body still requires robust protection against the insidious damage caused by chronic inflammation, crucial support for maintaining stable testosterone levels, and foundational backing for long-term male resilience and vitality. This third vitamin is often dramatically underestimated in its importance for men's health, but I powerfully refer to it as the guardian of male vitality, vitamin E. Let me share Harold's story, a 70-year-old retired aircraft mechanic. Harold was disciplined. He exercised regularly and maintained a reasonably clean diet, yet he arrived at my clinic deeply concerned, stating, "Doc, my desire has vanished. My mood feels perpetually off-kilter. I just don't feel like my true self anymore." After a thorough dietary analysis, we pinpointed the missing link, a significant lack of vitamin E. While many people mistakenly believe vitamin E is primarily for skincare or topical use, the profound truth is that it's a potent, fat-soluble antioxidant playing a critical role in protecting your entire circulatory system and supporting hormonal balance. Vitamin E is absolutely crucial for combating systemic inflammation, a factor of paramount importance for men over 60, as low-grade chronic inflammation significantly increases with age. When your blood vessels become inflamed and damaged, blood flow is impeded, testosterone production and utilization can be hampered, and the entire reproductive system gradually loses its inherent strength and responsiveness. Vitamin E actively helps maintain blood vessel flexibility and integrity, provides foundational support for healthy testosterone levels, and contributes to making intimacy feel natural, spontaneous, and fulfilling again, rather than a forced or anxious effort. As a significant bonus, vitamin E also plays a vital role in stabilizing mood and preserving cognitive sharpness by diligently protecting delicate brain cells from the damaging effects of oxidative stress and free radical damage. You can readily obtain natural vitamin E from delicious food sources like almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, Swiss chard, avocados, and high-quality olive oil. If these foods aren't regular staples in your diet, a high-potency, full-spectrum vitamin E supplement, containing mixed tocopherols and tocotrienols, can effectively help bridge the nutritional gap. Now, you might naturally wonder, if I commit to taking all three of these essential vitamins together consistently, will the combined results be significantly more powerful? The resounding answer is yes, absolutely. I clinically refer to this powerful combination as the vitality triangle. Here's how they synergize. Vitamin D acts as the initial catalyst, opening up blood vessels and boosting the production of nitric oxide for improved flow. Vitamin B12 then steps in as the energizer, building the healthy red blood cells necessary to carry oxygen efficiently through those now optimally dilated vessels. Completing the triangle, vitamin E serves as the essential protector, shielding those vessels from inflammation and oxidative damage while simultaneously supporting stable testosterone levels. Each vitamin possesses significant individual power, but when strategically combined in the correct, bioavailable forms and taken consistently, they work in beautiful, synergistic harmony, much like a perfectly tuned and well-oiled engine. The result: circulation flows unimpeded and robust, energy levels remain stable and sustained throughout the day, and crucial hormones receive the foundational support they need to function optimally. However, there's one incredibly common trap that ensnares far too many well-intentioned men: the tendency to purchase cheap, low-quality supplements from dubious sources or failing to take them with the necessary consistency. Consider Peter's experience, a 75-year-old gentleman who arrived at my office carrying a large bag overflowing with supplement bottles. He expressed his deep frustration, saying, "Doc, I've been diligently taking all of these different pills for months now, pouring money into them, but I still feel exactly the same. What on earth is going wrong?" Upon examining his collection, it was immediately evident they were all low-quality, synthetic vitamins, the kind manufactured with cheap fillers and in forms that the human body struggles mightily to absorb and utilize effectively. Countless men fall into this exact trap, investing in the cheapest bottles on the shelf while simultaneously expecting profound, maximum results, not realizing their bodies simply cannot properly process these inferior forms. For instance, the vast majority of standalone B12 supplements sold at typical drugstores are cyanocobalamin, a synthetic form that requires complex conversion in the liver and is notoriously difficult for many bodies, especially older ones, to utilize efficiently. What your body actually needs and can use effectively is the bioactive methylcobalamin form. The same principle applies to vitamin D. Cheap D2, ergocalciferol, is poorly absorbed and less effective at raising blood levels compared to the significantly superior D3, cholecalciferol, derived from lanolin. And for vitamin E, you absolutely need a full-spectrum natural form containing mixed tocopherols, especially gamma and delta, and ideally tocotrienols, not the isolated, synthetic DL-alpha tocopherol acetate found in most low-cost products, which provides only a fraction of the benefits. The second major, performance-sabotaging mistake is simple inconsistency. You cannot expect meaningful results by taking vitamins sporadically, perhaps once or twice a week, and then forgetting them. Your body thrives on regularity and requires a consistent daily rhythm for nutrient intake, just as it does for consuming food and achieving restful sleep. When Peter made the crucial switch to high-quality, bioavailable forms of these three vitamins, D3, methylcobalamin B12, and full-spectrum natural E, and committed to taking them religiously every single day with a meal to enhance absorption, the positive changes manifested surprisingly quickly. Just 2 weeks into this new regimen, he called me, his voice filled with genuine excitement, reporting, "Doc, it's remarkable. I wake up now actually feeling energetic. My thinking is noticeably clearer and sharper." Even my wife commented spontaneously on the positive difference she sees in me. So, how do you practically begin incorporating this powerful trio into your daily life? The beauty lies in its simplicity. You don't need to overhaul your entire existence or adopt extreme measures. Take inspiration from Frank, a 66-year-old retired carpenter originally from Ohio. Initially, Frank felt his drive had vanished. He tired exceptionally easily from minor exertions, and his overall confidence was palpably slipping away. We didn't attempt a complete life overhaul. Instead, we established one simple, sustainable daily rhythm. Each morning, without fail, Frank starts by drinking a full glass of water to hydrate, then takes his methylcobalamin B12 supplement alongside a breakfast rich in protein. Following this, he steps outside for a manageable 15-minute walk, ideally in the gentle morning sunlight to naturally boost vitamin D. On inevitably cloudy or inclement days where sunlight is scarce, he simply takes his vitamin D3 supplement with that morning meal. At lunchtime, he consciously includes a good source of natural vitamin E, perhaps a small, satisfying handful of raw almonds or sunflower seeds, or a generous drizzle of extra virgin olive oil over his salad. For convenience when he's out and about, he keeps a small container of mixed seeds in his bag. It's a strategy grounded in manageable, sustainable habits, nothing extreme, nothing overwhelming, yet profoundly effective by consistently providing the essential building blocks his body had been missing.